Hello there. This is Ryan Haley with Atlantic Shores Sotheby's International Realty coming to you with the real estate market report for October 25th, 2022. Starting off locally, as we always do, I want to start here in Worcester County, Maryland. Worcester County is our coastal county here, which includes Ocean City, Maryland, Berlin, all the way down to Pocomoke here at the southern end of the county to the Virginia line. And what we saw here in the last 7 days is we had 47 new properties hit the market. That's a combination of coming soon and listings that just came on in the last 7 days. While at the same time, we had 42 properties go under contract during that period of time. So just a few more listings than we had contracts over the course of the last 7 days. While at the same time, we saw 33 properties that were reduced this week, reduced in price to try to attract more buyers to ultimately get that property sold. What does it mean for our entire inventory? So entire inventory currently, we have 329 properties for sale in Worcester County, while at the same time, we sold 139 over the course of the last 30 days, which gives us a 2.36 month supply, just under 2.5 months supply of inventory here in coastal Maryland. When we switch over to Delaware, we take a look at the Delaware Sussex County market. As you know, Sussex County is a little bit larger county, so we always have more properties for sale in Sussex than we do here in Worcester County. But just to give you some context, we had 146 new listings come on the market over the last 7 days, while at the same time, 130 have gone under contract. So yes, we did add 16 units to our inventory over the course of the last 7 days when you take out the pendings, but still a fairly healthy market here. We are still seeing a lot of activity, people trying to obtain that beach home or that coastal property just before the end of 2022. We see that from a tax strategy standpoint. Some folks have to move some money around and or want to diversify. So we're seeing a good amount of activity here in October locally. When we look at the entire county, we've got 1,407 properties for sale. Keep in mind, a good chunk of that is new construction property, some of which has not even been built yet. But in total, active in the MLS, 1,407 properties for sale. While at the same time, we had 381 properties go under contract over the course of the last 30 days, which gives us 3.69 months supply. So about an extra month supply in coastal Delaware. So that is what we're seeing here on the local market, but what's happening nationally? What are some of the headlines that we're seeing nationally? And I think this is one that we're hearing not just in the real estate world, but also the overall economy. And that is that we're coming into possibly recessionary times. There's a possibility that we'll be heading into a recession. And I think dating back to 2008, when people think of housing and a recession, they think of the global housing meltdown that we had in 2008, which is completely different than what we have now. But that's what our memory takes us back to. That's the context that many of us have. And we are certainly not in those times. But we do anticipate that we're going to be going into a recession if we're not already there. Many of the global CEOs are saying that they believe that we will have a relatively short-lived and soft recession, but then feel very confident over the course of the economic outlook over the next 3 years or so. What's another thing that happens typically in recessions, and that is mortgage rates have a tendency to come down. So this is some of the things we're hearing in the national news this week is that, yes, we're probably going to go into a recession at some point. We're still going to have homes that sell. In fact, they're predicting about 4 million homes will sell in 2023. So there's still going to be a lot of activity. It's just that the economic times and mortgage interest rates will remain high in the near term, but then in a recessionary, and this goes back over the last 6 recessions, we've seen an average of 1.8% decrease in mortgage interest rates. So what does this all mean? Well, it means that history has proven that the word recession can be scary, especially from 2008. But ultimately, recession does not necessarily mean housing crisis. In fact, housing is most likely going to be one of the shining stars and strong elements that carry us through the possibility of an upcoming recession. So there you have it. That's a snapshot as to what's going on locally here over the last 7 days and some of the national news that we're hearing in the real estate world. If you like this content, please like and subscribe and or send me a DM with any questions that you may have, as it would be my pleasure to continue to deliver this content to you on a weekly basis.